Hi, Mike. Hey, I just couldn't let this occasion go by without saying something. I don't know if they're going to have a chance to play it, but I'm going to put it together and give it to you anyway. Fall of 1996. That's 17 and a half years that we've been working to keep this big Mount Sac ball rolling. That's a long time, and when you add in the 50 or so years you put in before that, before you came to Mount Sac, it's amazing that you survived this long and yet somehow managed to keep your boyishly dark colored hair. Truthfully, I could not have picked a better partner if I had tried. I've been so fortunate to be able to work with you all of this time at Mount Sac. And we've had a few ups and downs. I think everybody does, all staffs do. But at the end of the day, I have nothing but respect for you and your professionalism and all you brought to this program here at Mount Sac. I'm sorry that your induction came when it did, because we all wanted to be there for it, and truthfully, I saw you as a lock for induction right from the very moment I knew you were starting to contemplate retirement, but I just didn't think the powers that be would move that quickly. I honestly thought we'd be able to wring one more track and field season out of you as well, but I guess that's not to be. But be that as it may, just know that the whole staff is proud of you and that you will be missed. And that's not just the track and cross country staff, that's the staff at Mount Sac, all of our whole athletic department. You've brought so much to that, and the Knies department as well. The young guys are going to miss your stories and jokes. I know that for a fact. I mean, they've only heard them about 8 or 10 times so far. Those of us approaching a somewhat higher number of renditions, well, we may not miss the punchline, but I think we'll miss the guy giving the delivery. You're also going to be a bit envied, I think, for those of us without your experience, I guess we would say. Yeah, you're a little bit envied. It's going to be nice, and we're happy for you in that respect as well. I made a couple notes over here on the side. That's what I'm looking at. Us younger coaches, I guess, are just going to have to keep plugging away until we too can reach that ripe old age of 61 and a half. I'd also like to ask a favor when you do officially leave. That little bottle of Grecian formula that you keep tucked behind that broken tile under the sink in the coach's locker room, could you leave that for me? I could maybe use a little bit of that to kind of emulate you. I know everybody there has had a chance to read your bio, and it's impressive. Numerous conference titles in track and cross country, numerous Coach of the Year accolades at the conference level and at the state level. Those things are impressive. There's no doubt about it. But I'll tell you what I think even more impressive is how I watched you over the years bring out the best in the most talented athlete as well as the mediocre athlete, that we all see at this level. And you've certainly had your share of both. Guys that Mike coached have the school record in both the 5K and the 10K. And when you look at the caliber of athletes, the outstanding distance runners that have come through all of our programs, but come through Mount Sac, and to realize that in Mike's time here, his guys hold the 5K and the 10K records. That's pretty amazing. He had a string of 3 straight cross-country runner-up finishes, and while sometimes they might seem as frustrating, in my mind, it's just an amazing run. It's just evidence of his talent and ability there. Each of the winners in that 3-year run were different schools. So really, Mike was the dominant team going into that streak, and the dominant team during that streak, and certainly a dominant team for the next couple years coming out of that. He's just done an amazing job with that men's cross country and women's track and just everything that he's done for us. Another thing too, that 1500 state title some of his athletes have won, that was amazing. And gosh, I think one of the most coveted championships we'd all like to win is having an individual win the individual state cross country championship. That was an amazing accomplishment, and I can close my eyes and see that race as clearly today as I could the day after it was run. It was an amazing accomplishment. Well, I'm going to say this too, and then I'm wrapping up. As impressive as this may be, I've been fortunate enough to watch from the inside and see Mike year after year after year just turn gooey, steaming piles of chicken poop literally piles of chicken poop into some pretty delicious looking chicken salad. He has just done an amazing job with all the athletes that he gets. He's had his fair share of success, and he's had his fair share of championships. I mean, there's just no way around that. But I really believe his ability shines brightest when he's working with a group of mediocre guys who believe in his system and believe in him, and all of a sudden, there we are at Woodward Park in November, and that group of chicken poop has turned into chicken salad, and those mediocre kids are in contention for a top 5 state championship finish. That's just amazing coaching, and I've seen it from the inside time and time and time again. Well, I'm going to wrap up now. We've got a lot more planned for you, Mike, in January. Brian and Ron and I met this morning, and we have your Hawaiian shirt In-N-Out barbecue truck at the track all planned. Our tentative date is Saturday, January 25th. Anybody in here listening to this is certainly welcome. We need to run that by you, of course, Mike, and then get word out to all of your former athletes from Mount Sac, Ayala, El Rancho, Norwalk, and wherever else you've coached these last 85 years. It's been quite a journey. But Mike, hey, just think, pretty soon, no more Saturday meets, no more department meetings, no long van rides home from Fresno, no overnight bus rides back from Sacramento. I know you enjoy those. And then your favorite place of all to compete, Northridge. No more trips to Northridge like that. And as much as you're going to miss all that stuff, I know you're going to miss the kids. But you've put in your time. You've been a consummate professional. You've been the consummate teacher and a coach who did it the right way from the first day until the last. From day one till the last day, whenever you check out of this place, no one can say that Mike Goff didn't give his all. It's just been impressive to watch and to be around, and I mean that sincerely from the bottom of my heart. The Cross Country Coaches Association, Mount Sac certainly, the kids who you've touched, our staff over the years, and me personally, we're all better for our association with you. Mike Goff has made a difference in the lives of thousands, and I guess truthfully as I wrap up here, that might be all that needs to be said. Looking forward to a great cross-country season, and we'll see you when you get back.